All right, Michelle and I are here with our favorite forager friend, Rachael West. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, what did you
A cornucopia today.
Oh, a cornucopia. That's kind of nice.
That.
And see, there's the difference between me and you, because this is stuff that I cut with the weed eater and try and get rid of it.
So today I wanted to talk about just Missouri foodways, and there's so much things. So I always bring in a plant that you guys can eat, and so today I brought, you guys might recognize these. These are Rosa Sharon, and so these, they look a little sad because it's pretty hot outside. But taste a petal. So just grab a little flower petal. These are going on the night. So tonight I've got a dinner at SBC, the cellar. It's called Wild Forage. So it's like a butter lettuce. Yeah. Beautiful to put on a salad though. So there's your food today, easy. Even the leaves are like they're like a thickener that you could use in gumbo. And so
really, imagine dressing up your salad by putting a few of these in the salad. I like that. That's
I like to pull off that inner stamen there.
Yeah.
And you can stuff it with goat cheese or anything, and then you can use it as a dip, a transport device.
It does have that very buttery feel to it. And yes.
And it's nice. And so, so if I was to give you a plant today, I would say, oh, go get your daylilies or go get your Rosa Sharon right now. But I also am constantly grabbing things to preserve. And so as I look at foodways here in Missouri, so when we start out 1700s, we've got the Osage. And so I have here, I've got some dried lotus root. And yarrow would have also been something that we would have had. Now.
This is the yarrow right here?
Yes, sir. And yarrow is a styptic. Also, it's analgesic, so naturally numbing. Now, then the Armenians are what brought this curly dock. It's a European plant also, but the Armenians still use this. This is related to wormwood. All of the little white, this is a mugwort, but it is used as a yeast starter. And then the curly dock.
Like for bread and things like that?
Yes,
really?
sir. Yes,
wow.
sir.
Okay.
Or soda, so traditionally for wild beers. So the plant, the curly dock, you can braid them, and this, smell that. It's like tobacco. It cures in a very unique way.
It is. It's like a cigar almost.
And then these are the seed pods. And so this is diced up as a soup, and then this is a grain, and this is the same plant. And so these are just different ways that historically speaking that you can dry a grain or use a plant in a year-round
Same plant.
Same plant. And so I've been looking at the history here in Missouri, and it's very, very cool to think of the Spanish and the French that were here first. They brought Africans with them.
Yes.
And then the Osage. And then when you fast forward to the 1830s, when the Scotch-Irish and the Germans start showing up, and then you fast forward through the Civil War, after in the 1870s, we bring 2.5 million Chinese here. And so we get all of these Asian vegetables like kudzu and knotweed. And so being able to figure out a timeline that we had the food and then who was cooking it gives us those weeds and their story right back to the food store. Like, why do I have curly dock in my field?
Let me ask, you're hooking it to different times and different nationalities and things like that. Who came first? What were the plants there, and they recognized them and say,
yes, sir, that's
what
exactly.
Okay.
So
all right.
when you were coming from Germany and you had been out in Virginia or Kentucky, the land here, even to the French, was very, very similar to their homeland. And then when they were seeing plants that they recognized, like yarrow, like wild grapes, we have wild blueberries. They had been using the French had been using allspice, and we have something called spice bush.
Yes.
So they're the ones who called it spice bush because they were relating it to allspice. It's in the same family, bay laurel family. And so there was this commonality of plants. And so just now are we able to look at all of the people that have come and then reconnect the plants. Because what would have been plants here in 1700 are no longer the case because of the people.
Right.
But if we really, really want to give tribute to the people, we have to go, how do you use your burdock root? Oh, they call it gobo. And so if they call it gobo, then looking up traditional gobo recipes gives a farmer like you how to use that in a way that's more approachable than just the forager being like, well, that's edible, that's edible.
So foraging is also history, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir. And not just history of the food. The reason they brought it here was for food or medicine, but then tying the culture and the way they use it can give you the ways to eat it deliciously.
You said the one here is a styptic, is that what you said?
Yes, sir. So that is excellent for if you've got a wound to be able to patch it on.
Well, they have styptic pencil that people have used for shaving, for little cuts and things, and it numbs it as well.
It does. Doesn't.
And it's all around us.
And the best part about this, and it's all around you, and the flowers are fever reducing. So
My
you can,
goodness.
I mean, you just got it all here.
So would you put it in a tea to do that, or how would you?
You would put it in tea for the fever reducing, and then the leaves, I just grind them, but you can see how easy those break up once
This
they're
is-
dried.
it's just-
And that's just wound powder right there.
People want to try and keep track of all that you have to share with others. How do they do that, Rachel?
Eatingtheozarks.com, and you can go to Destination Dinners if you want to eat the Ozarks. I've got some upcoming dinners and ready
Awesome.
to go.
That's it. Thanks. All right,
guys.
up next, keeping your pet in mind on the 4th of July.
We'll be right back with Camp Bow Wow.